Hey guys, I'm Kim Trathen, business and marketing coach, and I am super excited for today's training. Today we're going to talk about creating high converting content for social media. So I'm going to start off with a little Friday song, give some people a chance to hop on here. And then I know there were several people that thought they could make it, so they should be getting notified soon. If you accepted the event invitation, you should get notified soon. So let's just get some tunes on. Hopefully you can hear my music. Hi Sharon, hi Nintendo. Now you want to trip, another brother noticed me. Who's dancing with me? All right, ladies, it looks like we have some people hopping on. Drop me a comment when you hop on so that I know you're here, because Facebook doesn't always tell me. Let's go, ladies. I'm excited for today's training. Hey, Sharon. Tell me where you guys are watching from. Okay, we're going to give a minute here for people to hop on. If you like it, then you shouldn't put a ring on it. We're throwing it back, what, like a decade now? I still think of this as current music. Man on my hip. All right, I don't want to get put in Facebook jail for playing music too long, so I'm going to go ahead and pause that. It looks like we're broadcasting good. This is right inside the group, the Ambitious Female Entrepreneur Society, and I'm super excited to have you ladies here. I'm going to make sure I see the live okay on the other end. Tell me where you guys are watching from. Sharon, I think you're over in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, guys, I forgot a drink. Oh, my throat's going to be so dry. Oh, Ireland. Oh, I want to know how to say your name. Is it Aiste? Hey, Alicia, I know you're in town with me. Yes, ladies, hop on, hop on, hop on. I can't believe I forgot a drink. Now it's all I'm going to think about. Okay, I just want to make sure that I see it broadcasting right here. I was going to maybe tag some of the... Yes, Sharon was dancing with me. Hi, Amy. I know you're local to me. All right, Leah. Oh, I'm so excited to see you ladies hopping on. Hi, Amy. I'm excited to connect with you next week. All right, ladies, it looks like we are good. People are hopping on. Wonderful. Okay, today we are going to talk about, we got a few people on, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Callie. Leah, that sounds amazing. Oh, I bet it's beautiful there. Oh, Amy, you're up at Higgins Lake. It is so pretty there. South Africa. I love seeing where you ladies are watching from. So fun, so fun. So this training is all about creating high converting content. Because one of the things, hi Kat, one of the things that I hear from so many women time and time again is that they pour all of this time, effort, and energy into creating social media content that does nothing, right? It's not converting for them. They're not getting paid clients into their business. And that's when people start to feel really burnt out, frustrated, even anxious then about posting, right? They start to feel kind of embarrassed, like, gosh, why do I keep posting? Like, I'm not getting any response. Leah said, yes. Kat's in the UK too. I love it, guys. I love it. We're sprinkled all around the globe. So comment below. Tell me if you have struggled with this with your social media, right? Because this is a closed group. This is a safe space. We can talk about this. On today's live, I'm going to talk about, what do I have? Four different points. I think I listed 3 in the notes. 4 different points that we're going to talk about so that you're creating high converting content, because you want your time spent. Your time is your most valuable commodity, right? Yeah, Amy said the struggle is real. She works with a lot of different businesses. She knows. Your time is your most precious commodity that you have, right? No matter anything in the world, you can never make more time. You only have 24 hours in the day. So how you're spending that time is super, super important. And pouring your energy into social media, I think if there's one thing the pandemic has taught us, is how important the online space is to all businesses, right? Everybody, we're sprinkled around the globe right now, the UK, South Africa, multiple places in the US. We have all been affected by the pandemic. And I think we all know businesses that have gone under or struggled because they had to close their brick and mortar doors, right? Or because maybe they didn't really have a brick and mortar, but they only saw clients in person. Okay, if anything has come out of the pandemic, it has really highlighted how important the online space is. But even before the pandemic, okay, even before that, people were struggling to get their social media content to convert. and they were pouring, I would talk to so many women that were pouring hours every week into their social media content and getting nothing out of it, meaning they're not getting paid clients out of it. Frustration, burnout, you can start to kind of resent it. And that is when people start to feel like social media is a giant time suck. Okay, because to them, they're not seeing an ROI. They're not seeing a return on the investment for the amount of time that they're pouring into it. And that's when it feels like a time suck instead of a really strategic approach and a lead generation tool for your business. And what I want everybody to feel like, I want you to recognize, understand, and truly feel the impact of having a really strong social media presence so that your social media accounts can be a lead generation tool for your business. I don't want you to feel like it's a giant time suck. Hi, Siobhan. Hi, Patty. Oh, good to see you guys. Excited to have you on. So drop a comment, guys, okay? I want this to be a back and forth conversation. The reason I do these trainings live for you and I don't just record a video and put it out there is because I also want to make myself available to answer your questions. So this is your chance to get my feedback and get my eyes on your business while I'm live here. Okay, so drop questions. I'll be pausing. I have some specific things I want to share with you, but I'll be pausing to answer questions too. Siobhan said, hey girl. Let's see. Oh, hi, Christina. I'm going to jump right in with a question first. How do you create something that can be sustainable that is only brick and mortar, a very specific type of gym? Oh gosh, I wonder what you're talking about. Maybe an aerial fitness gym? Okay, how do you create something that can be sustainable? Christina, can you clarify for me? Do you mean in regards to your social media presence? When you say something, how can you create something that can be sustainable when it's only brick and mortar? Are you talking about creating like a sustainable social media strategy? Are you talking about sustainable when you mean using your social media to actually get people in the brick and mortar doors? Do you mean something sustainable when there's a pandemic? Like how can your business be sustainable when it's only brick and mortar and there's something like a pandemic? So I'm not entirely sure what that something is that you're referring to. So if you can clarify that for me, that would be awesome. And then I'll get back and answer that. Leah said that's what separates you from others. Thank you. Yes. All right. Yeah. Christina, I think you're laughing when, aerial fitness? I think so. So the first thing that I want to talk about is I want to talk about what you should be posting. What freaking content do you come up with, right? What should you actually be sharing out on social media and sharing with your audience? Number one, I think we all know this varies depending on your business, right? Christina, I'm making a note because I just saw, so an online presence. Okay, I'm making a note of that so I can get back to that once I finish this. So what should you post about? A big mistake that I see people make, especially in the network marketing, I'm not saying you're the only ones. If anybody's in network marketing, MLM, that's completely fine. I'm not picking on you. I'm not saying you're the only ones, but I do see this mistake a lot with product-based businesses, especially in the network marketing or the MLM industry. First and foremost, growing a personal brand, meaning you are your brand, right? You are the business owner. Growing your personal brand is always more important than whatever company you're currently affiliated with. Okay, when you look at people that are very high up in network marketing, you will find some people that have been super successful even when they have switched companies that they're affiliated with. And that's because they have grown an incredibly strong personal brand. There's somebody I can think of off the top of my head that she used to be affiliated with a different company and now she does like the shampoo stuff. And her husband are so well known, but they were well known in the other company too. And it's because when they switched companies, people weren't just buying product from them. They were invested in who they were as people. They grew such a strong personal brand that when they switched companies, their followers switched with them. Okay, so I want to make sure everybody knows this applies to all businesses, but I wanted to make that point because sometimes people that are in a product-based business, they're just putting out, right? Like, here's our deal. Here's the deal of the month. Here's the new package that you can get. And it's like product is what all their posts are. You do have people that will buy off of those, but people want to get to know the person behind the business. Okay, growing that personal brand. Why did you get into business? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? Even when it's a product, your messaging goes beyond that product. Okay, so I wanted to make that. Hi, Amy. How do you build a personal brand when you also have to promote your company brand within your brand? I think that there are two separate places to do that. If I'm understanding your question correctly, so if we're talking about like a product-based business, the products, the thing that you're trying to sell can still be part of your marketing, right? It's the personal brand can embody more than just you as the person. So let's say, like I used to use some amazing shampoo products. Let's say that I am an ambassador, I'm affiliated with that company. I can tell you all day long, right? Like, and by the way, guys, like my hair looks blah, 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 right? If it was amazing looking today, right? I have this amazing hair because of such and such, okay? You can still promote your products inside of your personal brand, but talking about why I'm in this business, right? That is a bigger scope of the personal brand. Hang on, it looks like Amy clarified. Promoting software. Whoops. Hi, guys. Oh, hi, Stevie. Promoting software and promoting myself as an advisor. Promoting software. So do you sell software too, Amy? Like computer software? Is that what you're talking about? If they are completely two separate lines of business, then you might have to have two completely separate marketing strategies. Okay, and then promoting myself as an advisor. So let's say, and I'm not entirely sure if this is what you mean, let's say you also sell computer software. One of these has to be your primary focus, right? One of these businesses is your primary. I see people struggle with this a bit if they're still in a corporate job. And so they have to worry about, maybe they're the face and the marketing for the corporate job, and they have to do that. And then they're trying to build their side hustle on top of that. That can be an area where a lot of people feel conflicted. If that's the case or a similar situation, one of these has to be your primary objective with your social media. If you are working for another company, leave that promotion on that company's pages, okay? If you actually run two companies, then you're going to have to think about what can tie these together and make your marketing cohesive between the two as you build a personal brand. And then you'd probably need some separate, right? So maybe as a business advisor, maybe you run a Facebook group for that, but maybe promoting software, you're going to focus mainly on LinkedIn, right? But your personal brand is going to be your personal brand, who you are, your mission, your vision, your values, what it's like to work with you. All of that is going to be the same across those planes. So whether somebody finds you on LinkedIn and you're talking about software, or somebody finds you in your Facebook group and you are promoting yourself as a business advisor, your voice is still you, right? Does that make sense? Let me know if that answers it for you. So there can be some separate lines of marketing and advertising that you need to do, but you as the person, it should still have consistency if they're both your companies. If one is, you're working for somebody else as an employee, leave their jazz separate, right? That's up to that company, and you can still be that person managing that, but leave that separate. Let me know if that answers your question. So what you should be posting, okay? Your personal brand, I just rattled off, like your mission, your vision, your values. What I don't like to see, and guys, let me know how you feel about your messaging, okay? Drop the word messaging if this is an area that you are looking for additional support with, because I'm going to be running another free challenge in this group. We haven't done one since December. December's was awesome. You guys did amazing, and we mapped out we mapped out our income goals for the year. I'm looking at doing another free challenge in here, and I was thinking about making it around your messaging. So let me know, drop the word messaging if you would be interested in a free training on that, free 3-day challenge where we craft your messaging, okay? So when I'm talking about messaging in this case with your personal brand, I'm not necessarily talking about creating a mission statement, but with all of your messaging, guys, whether it is a mission statement, whether we're talking about your emails, your marketing content, your landing pages, your website pages, your sales calls, right? Your messaging comes through in all of those spaces. And one of the biggest tips I'm going to give you today is making sure that you're talking to people like real people, no matter where they're finding you, okay? No matter what platform, no matter if it's your email, wherever it is, talk to people as though they're real people on the other side of the computer, and drop the industry jargon, okay? I could say to you, I support female entrepreneurs to learn organic search engine optimization tools in order to attract their ideal clients, convert more sales, and make more money, right? Like I could come up with this really long sounding thing. Bottom line, I help women get more clients, That's what I do. Okay, that's bringing it into real terms that people can instantly relate to. So in all your content that you're creating, think about how you can say it as simply and easily as possible and look for industry jargon and nix it, okay? The only people really looking for industry jargon are people in your industry, and they're not typically your clients. So think about how your clients talk and talk to people in your content like they're real people on the other end, okay? So growing that personal brand, whether you're product or service based, growing your personal brand is what people can really connect to. I've been in marketing for quite a while now, and even 5 years ago, okay, people were talking about a personal brand 5 years ago, but it was still such a different environment online, and social media looked so different, right? So I think if anything, in today's day and age, people want to know who they're working with. They want to know the face behind the business. And I think that's even more common now than it was before, which means your personal brand is even more important now than it used to be. All right, I'm going to pause and check for comments here a minute on that or questions. Hi, Stevie, doing good. Candy, it doesn't look like it tagged Dana. It looks like you were trying to tag her. Oh, thank you. Good stuff. Awesome. If it didn't actually tag her, it might be because she's not in the group. So yes, guys, and I love that Candy did that. Get people in this group that you think can benefit from this, okay? We are all here to support each other and help each other's businesses grow. So make sure you're inviting other ambitious female entrepreneurs that want to learn how to grow their businesses in the online space. And Candy, just to know, maybe just on my end right now, it doesn't look like it actually tagged her, but I could be wrong about that. Okay, Amy said, yes, I do. Okay, good. All right, see some comments. Oh, good. Messaging. Look at, none of these had loaded for me. Messaging. I love it. Okay, Amy said, so true. Dr. Stevie said, Dr. Stevie, I like that you added that. Yes, I love that I created a personal brand. Totally. Yeah, Stevie said, she's talking about personal brand, plus having a personal brand allows you not to be in competition with anyone. 1,000,000% agree with that. 1,000,000%. Because, just like I was just talking about this group, and I said, like, we are all here to support each other. That's one of the reasons, guys, that I allow you to promo in this group anytime that you want to right now. Okay. Like, I can still manage, my team and I can manage the requests coming in for posting, right? Because we approve each of them or decline them if they don't meet the rules. But we look at each of those, right? We have to look at them to approve them or decline them. And it's still at a level that we can manage right now. So I don't see changing that anytime soon. In my mind, okay, I allow you guys to promote because I want this group to be a lead generation tool for you. I don't want anybody to spam or stalk people, but I want you learning how to market effectively and using this group to market effectively so that you're making connections, building your network, and making sales, right? If we can support each other because we're not in competition with each other. I've had the question many times how I feel when other business coaches come in, right? I'm an online business and marketing coach. I have been asked so many times how I feel when other business coaches come into this group when I allow promos. I feel great about it. I don't feel bad about that at all. I'm not in competition with anybody. If you look at the billions of people in this world, I wholeheartedly believe there is enough out there for all of us. Okay. And that personal brand, right? I think it was Stevie, the comments have rolled up. I think it was Stevie that said your personal brand allows you not to be in competition with anyone. It is so true because I'm not the right coach for everybody, right? Like if you can't stand how animated I am or that I get all fired up or that I talk too fast or I talk with my hands, you're certainly not going to want to spend 3 months with me, right? Like those things would drive you crazy. So, and just like, for somebody else, if they're super, I don't know, let's say introverted, right? They're super introverted and they don't like somebody loud and in their face. They're probably not quite the right client for me. It has to be a really good fit, and your personal brand, your personality is what comes into your personal brand, and that is what is going to attract people to you, right? That's how you attract your ideal clients to you, is through that personality that comes through your personal brand. All right, awesome. Let me check here. I see some comments coming through, so let me stop and read those. Yes, perfect. Yes, thank you, Candy. Get her in here and tag her in this. That'll be awesome. Amy said, I've always hid behind my company names, but don't want to do that anymore. Yes! Yes, Amy, that is exactly it. People want to know you. They want to get to know you. They want to follow you. They want little insights into your life and what you're doing and what you're about, what you stand for. I love it. And it is funny. Not funny, ironic. I don't know. I love that you openly worded it that way. Not just that, well, it's harder to grow a personal brand because of my company name, but you're being really open and honest right now. You hid behind the company name. And I have seen that with several different women that I've spoken with. One little semantics thing for me, because I am a solopreneur, which I use that term loosely, right? Like my husband is on my team and he's man of the kids when I'm doing stuff like this, right? Like there's different ways to grow this business. But I would be classified as a solopreneur. I have always used right? Like I'm doing this, I'm launching that, or something about me. I have encountered a lot of women that are solopreneurs, but they like to use we and us because they think they have to put that out there to make themselves appear as a larger business as opposed to a solopreneur. So just one little note, really think about what pronoun you're using in your marketing and if that really reflects your company and if it needs to be reflected that way. What I mean is maybe there is some instance where it really needs to be projected as a larger organization. I'm not going to say I can think of it right off the top of my head, but maybe for some reason that truly has to be for your business. In general, I feel the best for me and my marketing. See, me and my marketing. I feel the best projecting openly and honestly what my business organization is. Like what right? Like it was just me. I have recently hired my first support person, my first team member. So now I do say things like we, because I have somebody else working alongside of me now. But that's a new thing for me. And I just want to make sure that, like Amy said, she always hid behind her company names. I want to make sure too that little semantics, right? That little difference in your wording from we to I can make a big difference in the perception of your company. But there's no shame in being a solopreneur. Okay, that's my biggest point with bringing this up, is that you don't have to hide behind a company name and like we and us and our protocols and our policies. You don't have to hide behind those things as a solopreneur or as a small business owner. You don't have to hide behind those things. It's okay for people to know that maybe you're a solopreneur, right? And it might make more sense if you've given this image online that you're this massive organization, and then they call and the person answering the phone is the president of the company, is the secretary of the company, right? Is the social media manager, is the sales consultant. Like they're going to realize pretty quickly that image you built up online of being a larger organization probably wasn't quite on the spot. So I just wanted to point that out. No shame in being a solopreneur, ladies. Okay, let me check these other, and Christine, I haven't forgotten about you. I am going to get back to your comment here. I just want to read through these, or your question, I should say. Siobhan said, I've been working on my messaging this week, but I'm definitely going to double check after this week to see if I need to recheck. Yeah. Messaging, make it clean and simple, ladies. Clean and simple. Hi, Natalie. I don't know if you're still on, but it shows me your name. Stevie said, I'm so looking forward to you coming to speak to my group soon. I have it on my to-do list today to send you a new date. Whoop, whoop. It's going to be awesome. Gonna be awesome. Super fun. Leah said, amen, sister. Yeah, relatability, so important, Candy. Amy said, nope, definitely hid. Open and honest. I love it. I like your style already. I'm excited to connect with you this week. All right, okay, we're going to get back to Christina's. I'm just scrolling back here. We're going to get back to Christina's question because I want to make sure that I only wrote down the, let's see here. So the online presence, how to do it with a pandemic. For a brick and mortar specialty gym, right? Okay. Real quick. Make sure. Okay, so Christina's full question, guys, was how do you create a sustainable online presence, right, during a pandemic? that can be sustainable with only a brick and mortar. So Christina, the number one thing that I would want you to ask yourself is what your goal is during the pandemic. And I don't know what it'll look like for your gym opening back up. But what I would want you to ask yourself is, number one, what is the goal for it? Is the goal to stay relevant and in front of the client base that you've had? Is your goal to grow your client base and grow your email list? Is your goal to make some kind of sale, right? Whether that's through, I don't know if you do, I can't remember. I don't know if you do like gift cards, punch cards, right? Like buy 10 visits, get the 11th for free, right? So really think about what is your goal with your social media, and then scheduling out as much as you can, right? Batch, create, and schedule out. But you have to know, and those three things, to list them for you again, Christina, if you're still on, is your goal to stay relevant and in front of your existing client base? Is the goal to grow your client base, right? So maybe you want to grow your email list, things like that, right? Maybe you want to grow your social media. Or is your goal to make sales? Because those are three really different strategies to approaching your social media content. And then with the sustainability piece, it is really about batch creating, schedule it out, okay? That is the easiest way to make social media content sustainable. With all that said, there's no reason you shouldn't be doing these things all the time, right? Regardless of a pandemic. You could be doing some form of online training, even if it's talking about, they don't have the apparatuses, but maybe it's talking about incorporating something like like a fitness routine, incorporating it into your lives when you're home with the kids and you're trying to homeschool them, right? Like there's all different things that you could be doing and that you could be selling right now. But first and foremost, you have to know what the goal is for your social media content, and then you batch create and schedule it out. Let me know if you have follow-up questions to that. All right, I'm going to see if any other questions came through here. All right. Oh, thank you, Natalie. Okay, guys. So first, we talked about what you should be posting. We talked about how incredibly important it is to grow your personal brand. When you are growing your personal brand, there are three things that you want to think about. I touched on this, but I want to say all three of them because I don't think I said all of them earlier. First and foremost, people want to know the face behind a business in today's day and age. That is super important to people, okay? So part of the personal brand is sharing who you are as a person, okay? It's who you are as a person, and it's your personality. Number two, part of your personal brand is showcasing your expertise, okay? How do you do that? You do that by training, by educating, by providing value-based content. Okay, this live right here now, right? This is me providing value with you guys. This is one form of content. Doing a live training is one form of content that establishes you as an expert. Okay, so you want to showcase your expertise. Number three, part of your personal brand is actually promoting yourself. Okay, that's a really important part of your social media content strategy. Promoting yourself is how you're going to actually start bringing the dollars in the door. Right? And that's what you want. You don't want to feel like social media is a time suck and a wasted way to spend your time. There, I got that out right. So again, what should you post about? Your personal brand, where it's showcasing you as a person and your personality. You need to showcase your expertise by providing value, and you need to actually promote yourself, okay? Sell something. That's okay to do. If nobody in your audience ever wants to buy from you, you have the wrong audience, okay? Your clients, it doesn't mean it's easy for them to make the investment, but your audience should be excited about working with you because they're excited about what you have to offer, right? They're interested in it. So awesome. That is what you should be posting about. Guys, drop your questions if you have more questions, okay? I love it. We had some good ones come in already. Next up, when it comes to creating high converting content, is that I want you to think about what images you are putting with your content. Okay, if you guys have been in this group for a while, we already talked about this too. I allow you to promo any day, anytime you want right now. One of the rules, okay, I tell you, peep the rules before you start posting. Otherwise, you might get declined. One of the rules is that your post has to include a picture of you. No stock photos, no product photos, okay? Has to be a picture of you. The reason I have that rule is because number one, images of you are going to convert best. So I'm using my group and my rules as a way to help you guys learn what type of content is going to convert best online for you. Pictures of you typically convert the best, okay? Number 2, this group is about building relationships, right? It's really hard to build a relationship with somebody when all you see is a picture of product, right? Supplements or whatever it might be. Lip gloss, I don't know. Stock photos. Like that's not, like we don't know that person. That's not somebody that we're building a relationship with. So that's really why I have that rule in here, okay? So think about not just this group, but think about across the board your social media content. Pictures of you are how people are building a relationship with you. And a little pro tip for you, make sure you have some pictures with your eyes like actually at the camera, because just like eye contact in person is super important in a conversation, it's actually really important online too. Okay, I have some comments coming in, so I'm going to check these a minute. Hi, Elise. I don't know if you're still on. Stevie said images are so important. Yeah, and Stevie said she implemented that into her group too. Hi, Karina. Good to see you. Okay, with the images, they don't all have to be professional photos though, okay? That's the one thing that I wanted to say. Professional photos are amazing and you need them in your business, okay? They serve this tremendous purpose. But I don't want you to think that every single one of your social media posts has to be this perfectly curated image of you, okay? Selfies and snapshots, we have filters. Like there's so many apps out there, right? You can get some really nice looking selfies, and that gives a little bit more day-to-day real-life flavor to some of your content. Hi, Rashida. Ooh, we had a good chat today. Yeah, Rashida said, OMG, that's so true. I get more engagement with pictures of myself. Yeah, 1,000%. Pictures of you guys is what converts. Okay, guys, drop your questions. If you have questions about content, drop your questions. I am also opening up my calendar for some free strategy sessions. Okay, if you are interested in one of the free strategy sessions, these are intended for service-based female entrepreneurs, and they're intended for people that haven't already taken advantage of one of these. If you would like to hop on my calendar and get one of these free strategy sessions, just drop the word call, C-A-L-L. Drop the word call. I'll connect with you today, and we can hash out the details of it. But if you want to sit down together, about 20 minutes, one-on-one, and talk about your content strategy, drop the word call, okay? Free strategy sessions. All right, hang on, I see comments flying in, yay! Oh, yes, you're going to have Deb take some, Amy. I love it. She's so good. Rebecca said, I really struggle with sharing photos of myself. This will be a challenge as I grow a business. Yeah, you know what, Rebecca? You are not alone with that. So many women that I have spoken with and worked with are really uncomfortable with that. And part of it is learning, I think, a few tricks about how to take photos. And some of it is just, it's one of those things that we have to do to step outside of our comfort zones, right? And what do they say? The best, I don't know, there's some quote like the best things happen outside of our comfort zone. It is so incredibly true, right? If we do the same things we've always done, we're going to get the same outcomes we've always gotten. And when we want to grow and stretch ourselves, we have to do new things and we have to embark on new territory. And some of these things might be scary, right? Some of them might be uncomfortable, but finding that balance of stretching yourself and taking these small steps so that you can keep taking action is so incredibly important. All right, Karina said, I love my professional photos, but you're so right. It doesn't always have to be perfect. No, it doesn't. I take like silly faces, right? I should probably do some today because I put lipstick on. That's usually one of my rules. If I put lipstick on, I take like 10 selfies, right? And I just do all different faces, and then I just have them on my camera roll on my phone. Okay, awesome, ladies. We have covered what you should post about. If you're just hopping on now, make sure you catch the beginning of this because we talked about some really great tips in the beginning of the training. We talked about what you should post about, growing your personal brand, and we've talked about images. Okay, so next thing that we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about how to actually create engaging content. Oh, hang on, we got more comments coming in. Oh, thank you. I don't know how to say your name, and it's so pretty looking. Ayuste? I love it. You are so welcome, hon. Amy said, strategy me, please. Call. Yes, yes, yes. Leah said, call. I love it, ladies. I will be in touch with you today. Rebecca said, I just changed my Facebook photos to an actual photo of me. For a long time, it was my shoes, which is like as far away from your face as you can get, right? I love it. Good job, Rebecca. Good job. Siobhan said, yep, that's me too. This pandemic has brought me out of my comfort zone and I find myself no longer freaked. Awesome. Love it, Siobhan. That's so good. Yes, if you guys are just hopping on, I am offering some free strategy sessions, 20 minutes one-on-one. If you're a service-based entrepreneur and you haven't done one of these with me before, drop the word call and we'll get it set up. Okay, we'll get it set up soon. Maybe even next week we can get you in. So awesome. Let's go on now. How to write engaging content. First and foremost, guys, on Facebook, what do you have? The first 3 lines show on Facebook, and Instagram's like the first line, first 2 lines, right? Like, unless somebody clicks those little dots or clicks the word more, they don't even see this whole fabulous post that you poured your heart into, right? They don't get to read your story. They don't get to see your promo. Whatever it is that your post is centered around, they don't even see it. So those first few lines are, in my opinion, the most important. Okay, you can screw up other things in the post, right? But if you don't get those first few lines to actually get them to click and read more, you've already lost the sale. You've lost the client, you've lost the sale, you've lost the chance to make the impact, you've lost the chance to serve them. The most important thing that you can do is pique curiosity. Okay? Sometimes you might see me use something that, oh gosh, why did the words escape me right now? Maybe using something that's a little bit controversial for those first couple lines can cause some people to click. I don't use those tactics a whole lot. I typically try to just pique curiosity, because if somebody is curious about what you're going to post, they click, right? Like they don't even think about what else they have going on. It's like, ooh, I want to read that. And they click it to open it up and read more. So like sometimes you will see me use something a little bit controversial. The one this week was probably the most controversial that I usually get in the post. As I said, stop trying to sell your Gucci services on a Walmart budget, right? Like that might pique curiosity. It might also make some people kind of mad. Like, how dare you say I got a Walmart budget, right? But the point of that post was, if you're trying to sell really high level services, don't resist investing in yourself, because you are very, very important, okay? So that was the point of that post, but that one was a little bit controversial. Usually I try to pique curiosity. So the way you can do that is by being just a teensy bit vague in that opening line, right? Or like asking a question, or, if I were to open up a post, if I were to write a post and the opening said something like, I'll never forget that day, right? Or for as long as I live, that day will stand out to me forever. Something like that. People might be like, oh, what happened that day? Like, why would you never remember that day? Like something amazing must have happened, right? That's the feeling that people get. It's instant and they just click, versus saying like, on such and such a day, I had my highest sales ever. Like actually sales posts, the income ones actually still convert really, really well. But the point is, if you pique a little curiosity, you get a lot more clicks instead of just jumping right in, okay? So the other thing is, you have to remember, okay, this is the third point, is how to write engaging content. You need to watch that opening, okay, because you need people to click or you've already lost them. The next thing is, remember what they're reading on, okay? Now, even a few years ago, really long posts converted really, really well for people. And if your audience does love long posts, that's great. But if your content isn't converting, girlfriend, you need to learn how to write for social media, okay? You need to learn how, oh, I'm looking for my phone, but I'm on it. The majority of people are reading your content on a teeny tiny phone screen. What happens to a sentence when you shrink it down on a teeny tiny phone screen? It looks like a freaking novel. And the truth is, in today's day and age, the majority of people skim. They're not reading your content word for word. So that beautiful sentence that you took forever writing, that kind of looks just like 2 lines on a Word document on a computer screen, you smush that down and you suddenly have a novel. Nobody's reading it, okay? In general, really short sentences, okay? Pique curiosity with your opening and write really, really short sentences. Lots of white space, ladies, lots of white space. That's what people are reading on social media, okay? Any questions about that? I'm going to check. Whoops. Oh, great. I can't see you guys now. There. I can see it. I'm like, close it. All right. It doesn't look like any more comments have come through. Let me know if you have any questions about that. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions. We just covered the images and how to write engaging content. Okay, lots of white space, guys. It's so incredibly important. I can't stress that one enough. All right, I'm really excited. The last point that I have on my list to talk about, because we already talked about what you should be posting, growing your personal brand. We've talked about choosing the right images, right? Get those pictures taken, ladies, pictures of you. And we've talked about how to write engaging content. Next and final point that I have, I'm here to answer questions, though. If you have more questions, keep dropping them. I had good questions in the beginning. How to know if your content is converting. And this is something that I actually had a DM conversation with somebody semi-recently, but I've had this happen a couple of times now, where she said to me, how do I know if my content is converting? Okay, because if you look up like social media analytics, okay, let's say you look that up and you start reading about audience reach and there's all these different insights. Facebook gives them to us, Instagram gives them to us, TikTok gives them to us, right? Like there's all these different analytics that you can look at, that you can monitor, that you can track. I'm going to break it down for you ladies in the most simplest thing to measure if your content is converting. Are you ready for it? The number one thing, my son's throwing darts. Don't throw darts, honey. I don't know if you guys could see that. Parenting, right? That's how it goes. The number one thing that tells you if your content is converting is if you're making sales. It is so incredibly simple, okay? If you go out and you do something and you get crickets, nobody's coming in, no money's coming in the door, it's not converting, okay? I was actually speaking with a coach recently, and she said, well, how do I know if my content's converting? And I said, well, you should be getting sales calls booked from it, right? Like, it's literally, and she was like, oh, well, I'm not getting that. I'm like, then your content's not converting. We can measure all these fancy things, right? We can look at time of day that people are posting and all of that. Bottom line, in general, okay, statistics show when you are creating content for your own audience, I'm talking on your own social media profiles, your Facebook page, your Instagram, your email list. In general, if you put something out for a call to action to book a sales call, when it is to your own audience, for every one piece of content you put out, you should get one sales call booked. So you know instantly, okay? You should know instantly if your content is converting. Yes. If you're on YouTube, you have your website, content can continue working for you. But when we're looking at the immediate, the short term, you do a social media post with a call to action to get on a call to you, you should get at least one call booked, okay? If you don't, your content's not converting. It is that freaking simple, okay? So that is the number one. It is important to know, okay? It is important to know and just kind of watch if people are engaging with it, right? Liking it, commenting on it. But at the end of the day, the only analytic that really matters, the thing that is bringing money in the door, is getting those sales calls booked. Okay? So let me know. Let me know if you have questions around that. That is as simple as I can break it down. I actually don't track many other analytics. I did at one point in time, and I would watch, what are my highest converting posts. But I was looking at like reach and audience reach, and I was running Facebook ads and all of that. If you're not making enough money in your business, or you're trying to scale to the next level, you need clients in the door. Okay? So watch that. And I do track it, okay? I know which posts bring the most sales calls in for me, okay? I know what type of content does that for me now. If you don't know what type of content does that for you, you need to start tracking your content, what the call to action is, and how many sales calls you got booked, okay? All right, let's see. Natalie said, what tips can you give on copywriting, no marketing background? Natalie, those writing really, really short sentences, okay? Lots of white space. Most people run it through a readability checker. Most people, if they haven't run their content through a readability checker before, most people are writing for the 9th to 12th grade levels. Okay, so you're not in the US, and I don't know if that translates to you. For the US, that would be like writing for 15 to 18-year-olds. Okay, like that, it's the high school ages. What you should be writing for on social media is about the 4th grade reading level. So instead of writing for kids ages 15 to 18, that 9th to 12th grade, you should be writing for a reading level of about, what would 4th grade be? About 11 years old, okay? Writing for 10 to 11-year-olds, not 15 to 18-year-olds. Because when you write for 10 to 11-year-olds, sentences are short, words are short, lots of white space, and people can skim it easily. That's probably the number one thing that made a game changer in my content, was just learning how to write for social media. And remember, guys, you're not writing for people that can only read at the 4th grade reading level, right? We are writing for people that are on teeny tiny phone screens and skimming through your post and the slew of a whole bunch of other ones. Okay, it is so incredibly important. I cannot stress that enough for you. Let me know if you have other questions around the copywriting, Natalie. Let's see. Okay, it is important to watch how many people are engaging with your content, but don't get carried away with that. If something got you 200 likes and you literally didn't get a single sales call booked for it, it's almost meaningless, right? Like it doesn't translate into sales. And the number one thing, yes, there can be other benefits to it, right? Like maybe that person will come back later. But bottom line, consistent income in your business. We want consistent leads coming in the door, which means we need consistent people booking sales calls with us. Make sense? I hope so. Let me know if you have questions around that. That is everything on my list. Remember, ladies, I'm offering some free strategy sessions next week, or we can get them booked for next week. If you would like to sit down and talk about your content with me, 20 minutes, one-on-one, drop the word call, and I'll make sure to connect with you later today, and we will hash out the details of that, and we can probably even get you on my calendar for next week. But it is a free strategy session, and those are a really good fit for you if you're a service-based business, and if you haven't already hopped on one of these strategy calls with me before. Leah said call. Awesome, awesome. All right, let me check. It looks like a couple comments are coming in. Natalie said, thanks. Good. I think that answered your question then. Let's see, Rebecca, it's not letting me expand your question. Hang on. So gosh, I really struggled being public on social media, let alone writing for social media. I have been out of the loop with Facebook for so long and I did not miss it. Yikes. Yeah, good news is, Rebecca, because we have already been chatting. Guys, this is something that I help my clients with, okay? We break it down super simple. We take the guessing game out of it. So definitely, if you are also in a position where you are tired of spinning your wheels and you are really ready to learn quickly, okay? I use that term loosely, but quickly, how to start getting regular, consistent clients in your business. If you are ready to take it to the next level, let's chat, okay? Let's chat. Let's see if my coaching is a good fit for your business and if your business is a good fit for my coaching. And let's talk about it. So send me a DM. Okay, I'm actually going to have you do a DM on this one. If you would like to talk about what it would look like to actually work together and bring your business to the next level and get your business scaled, I map it out exactly for my clients, guys. It is a step-by-freaking-step strategy to build your audience, get you clients, and get consistent income so that you know every single day of the year what you have to do in your business to hit your income goals. All right, yes, but Rebecca, I want to tell you that you are back in the game and you got that profile picture changed. And this is just step one, okay? Because guys, in 2020, it is so incredibly important. Social media is such a huge tool to be able to use to bring those clients in and bring those sales calls in and get the consistent income. Amy, it was good to have you on. I'm not sure if you're even still on right now. Yeah, I can't wait to connect with you this week. So guys, I saw several of you drop the word call. If you're just hopping on now, I'm offering some free strategy sessions in 20 minutes, one-on-one. We'll take a look at your content strategy. So just drop the word call and then we can get some of those booked. That is it for today, guys. I'm so excited to have you on. And again, if you are ready to kind of stop throwing spaghetti at the wall and you would actually like to talk about working together, this is exactly what I help my clients with. And we can map out your custom strategy to be able to hit your income goals. If that's something that you know that you already want to talk about, then just send me a DM, okay? Send me a private message, and then we can talk about what that would look like or what it could look like for me to help you hit your goals. That's it for today, ladies. Good training. Love seeing you guys. And remember, get those ambitious female entrepreneurs into this group, okay? Get this training in as many hands as we can. Bye, ladies.